What are you the 1% of? According to my smartwatch, I'm in the top 1% of step count in the past 7 days. Wild and also boring. I'm the 7th generation in my family with the same name. At the end of my name I legally have a 7. I figured I have to be in the top 1% of deaf guitar players worldwide. I heard completely fine for like 25 years and spent 19 years of that to practice guitar playing. Been legally deaf for 3 years now and still can play well. Muscle memory. I kinda want to start a band called death metal or something. Probably less than 1%, but I'm sucrose and fructose intolerant. No fruit, candy, ice cream, even some veggies for me. I'm a pilot. In the USA about 0.01% of the population has a pilot's license. I'm also an amputee, which in the USA is about 1% of the population. Not sure what percent of the populace are amputee pilots, but it's got to be pretty small. Got my wisdom teeth pulled. One side grew back over a year from a fragment left. Dentist published an article about it and was so happy. I was not with another oral surgery. I have small intestinal cancer. The type is the same as colon cancer, but where it's located is less than 1% of worldwide diagnosis per year. But I've signed papers for 11 different oncologists to be able to access my records, to see what works, what doesn't, etc. Because they just don't get enough examples of it. Kind of hit or miss on procedures to work with, which treatments first, which type of chemo, etc. I've also said that, if it ever reaches a point where I am terminal and common treatments just won't/don't work anymore, I'm willing to go all guinea pig. Depending on exactly where it is, because of the veins coming off of your mesenteric artery to feed the small intestine, it usually isn't operable. So you are strictly on chemo and radiation. If the heavy levels don't do it, then you get to go on low dose chemo daily for however long it works. Then it eventually doesn't. Currently, according to my last PET scan, the tumors have disappeared. They won't say remission, just that it seems to be dormant right now. I'll take it. I'm a test tube baby. That's like 0.001% of the population. Alpha gal allergy. I was bitten by a lone star tick and now I'm allergic to any kind of mammal meat. Most cases last between 6 to 8 months. Mine appears to be permanent after a decade. I can't even eat something that's been prepped / cooked on the same surface as beef or pork in restaurants. Waitstaff isn't too fond of me lol. Human the 1% for people with narcolepsy. I believe it cures 0.05% of America and 0.04% for the world. My daughter was the first in Canada to have her cord blood harvested for stem cells. They were to be used for a bone marrow transplant for her brother. As a side note, my son was diagnosed with what was then called JCML, a child leukemia occurring in about 0.001% of all childhood leukemias. The survival rate, I believe, was in the 1 percentile range. Removed. I'm allergic to temperature extremes. Taking a hot shower or touching an ice cube will give me hives. I can spin on my ass really fast, like probably around 20 full rotations in one go. I start standing up, then I put my left hand on the ground, and I throw my right leg towards my left. Finally I retract my legs, and put my hands on my knees and I go spinning like a motherfucking Beyblade. I've been doing this since I was 3 or 4. Type 1 diabetes. It's a shit club. Not that I've looked it up, but I've run over a fish in my car. Whenever I tell the story, no one has heard anything like it. I can swallow my tongue, or rather put my whole tongue in the hole to my nose, where the nose and mouth come together. Apparently my ear doctor said that none of her colleagues believed her when she said she had a patient that could do that, so I had to do it while she was filming, so she could prove them wrong. Hilarious to have my doctor shove her iPhone in my mouth. Not me, but my husband. He has a brain tumor on the pituitary gland. Before treatment his body pumped out pregnancy hormones, so he was hormonal and moody AF for ages. Just before it got really bad we managed to get pregnant. When our baby was born, his chest had that letdown sensation you moms feel, a heavy weighted feeling in your boobs. When our baby cried, *his**, boobs started leaking breast milk same time mine did. He actually had to pump milk out to ease the pain in his chest. He got the treatment he needed, and he no longer can squirt breast milk at me if I piss him off. Edit. Thank you so much for the rewards. Absolutely touched. ***. It was officially diagnosed as prolactinoma. I know it's not exactly 1%, but still pretty rare. On addition to medication, to shrink the tumor I also had to give him hormone injections deeming him infertile for a few years. Male birth control. It broke his heart. Light at the end of the tunnel, we were able to get him off the injections and we are trying for baby #2 after 7 years. We were successful, briefly, but it didn't last. Crossing fingers for next time. I guess I'm in the 1% of only having 3 lower front teeth. I have ab blood, which is found in less than 1% of the population. Spades. I'm actually in the top 0.06% and used to be #1 out of 43,000 players. So I'm like one of the top billionaires in the world, but in spades skills your vertical bar, so that earns me about a vertical bar $0. I have an autoimmune disease that you're so rare nobody knows what it is. Genetic testing is currently underway to see if I have a recently discovered genetic defect that about 10 people have been diagnosed with. Edit. I appreciate all the people attempting to give me a diagnosis in the comments, but I think 6 years and more specialists than I can count on one hand might know a little more about what year's going on than some strangers on the internet. Edit 2. Who've got some links to some information on what I'm currently waiting to find out if I have. It was called INFLTR8, Kicker's Right, and it was named by one of the first people diagnosed with it. The study, https://publications. org/blood/article/18/2474,774/immunodeficiency and bone marrow failure with, and the link to a story about its discovery and naming. https://medicine.wascal. edu/any-wslash-scientiast-diaceovert-geneticist-diatition-tatatitamune-systems/text equals ABOUT% 2030 %20 MINUTES %20 later to C %20 BRANDON% 20 SUGGESTED %20 A %20 name, bone 20 marrow 20 failure to C %20 AND %20 LYMPHOPROLIFERATION %20 CAUSED %20 BY %20 TLR8. Top 0.005% of Simon and Garfunkel listeners on Spotify last year. I finished first in Tetris 99 once. When Spotify released listening statistics at the end of 2020, I was on the top 0.1% of Weird Al Yankovic listeners. I think it's like €0.10 0.5% of women or something, but I have a double uterus. Medically called a diddle-fizz uterus. A septum separates my uterus, which kinda made them form into 2 separate ones, and the septum continues down into the vagina, so I also have a left and right side. Not fun to deal with, but I'm too scared to get the surgery for it. I'm in the 1% of musicians who actually made a living playing music. Notice I did not say you're a good living year. Also didn't yet say you're good music year. Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games 2008 pole vault. When I was 8 to 11, I had the second highest score in the world. That has most likely changed. At the end of Detroit, Become Human, they tell you the percentage of people who got the same ending as you. Mine was 1%. If you have a 7 inches, 18 centimeters, penis, you are in the top 1% of men worldwide. Keep that in mind when everyone you know and on the internet somehow has a rate plus IN sklang. Edit. I recommend everybody take a look at the website https://calxt.netlify.app/full. I got this info from specifically the section titled Your Measurement Year so that you can get an accurate reading. If you think this number sounds way too short, it's probably because you're measuring wrong. Everyone is in the 1% when you measure from your taint to eye colors, blue and brown. This is what my eye looks like. It's sectoral heterochromia. https://i.img.com/gravipo.png. Edit. Since this is getting a lot of attention, the condition is called heterochromia. There are different kinds of it. Some have one color for each eye. This is called complete heterochromia. Some have different color around the center, central heterochromia, and some have sectoral, which essentially looks like a pie chart. Come visit /r/heterochromia if you have it too, and post a pic. We love to see our heterochromia friends. Or if you just wanna check out some eyes. D. I also have something called Alice in Wonderland syndrome that distorts my vision. Objects appear much smaller than they actually are. For example, a phone can seem as small as a penny. I don't think my eye color causes this though. This only happens about a few times a week for about 10 to 15 minutes each time. Sometimes it can be longer than that. I'm part of the 1% of people being ambidextrous. Not anymore, but I was in the top 0.0001 for Lyme infections. 1% of deer ticks carry the bacteria, and 1% of cases develop heart block and Lyme carditis.